In this clip, we have 5 vocabulary words. So I'm back on page 10. I'm just going to pick up where we left off after denominator. And the word is customary. As it relates to a measurement system. This system is also called imperial or standard. Those are synonyms for customary measurement. And this is a system of measurement used in the United States for everyday measurement. The rest of the world doesn't use it. It is based on the British imperial system. And let me give you an example of a measurement in this system. 1 foot equals 12 inches. Feet and inches are customary units. Another one would be 16 ounces equal 1 pound. Those are customary units. The next word is mass. M-A-S-S. Mass is the amount of matter in an object. And let me give you a very practical example of mass. Let's draw a person and call him Neil Armstrong. First man on the moon. Neil Armstrong on Earth, I'm just making this up. I have no idea how much Neil Armstrong weighed, but I'm going to go with 180 pounds. That's customary measurement. On the moon, Neil Armstrong weighed 30 pounds. That was his moon weight. To get moon weight, you divide Earth weight by 6. My question to you, did his mass change on the moon? In other words, did Neil Armstrong still look like this? Or did he look like this on the moon? Was he the same man on the moon? He was. Neil Armstrong looked exactly the same on the moon as he did on Earth. He was the same height. He was the same mass. His mass did not change. What changed is his weight. I don't want you to think that weight and mass are the same. Weight has to do with the pull of gravity. On Earth, gravity has more impact, so the weight is higher. On the moon, it has less impact, so the weight is less. The important thing is that Neil Armstrong's mass is the same. The amount of bone and skin and muscle and all the things that make the man were the same no matter where he was located. So mass is the amount of matter in an object. Customary mass is measured in pounds, ounces, and tons. That's weight, customary weight. And metric mass is associated with a gram. But again, mass and weight are not the same thing. Weight depends on gravity. And the more mass something has, the more it will weigh, because gravity's influence is stronger. Okay, the next word is capacity. Capacity is defined as the maximum, the most, amount, something can contain. Capacity is loosely synonymous with volume. Okay. So to give you an example of this one, if we draw a cube, in order to have capacity, something must have 3 dimensions. You can't pour water into a flat surface. It will run off. So let me ask you this question. Which has a greater capacity? That cube or this one? Which has the greater capacity? Obviously, the bigger the area, this one has greater capacity. This one has less capacity. It has less volume. The next word is metric. And in our context, metric is a system of measurement. The U.S. uses standard or customary. The rest of the world uses metric. A system of measurement based on multiples of 10. Metric is a system of measurement based on multiples of 10. And to give you an example, let's do it this way. 10 centimeters equals 100 millimeters. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So you see how all these are multiples or factors of 10. The metric system is based on tens, either multiplying or dividing by 10. And we have one more word. This one will go on page 11, and the word is prefix. Prefix. And a prefix letters added to the beginning of a root word to make a new word with a different meaning. Prefix does not change the spelling of the root. And let me show you an example. Let's take the word kilogram. The root of this word is gram. Gram is the root. The prefix is kilo, and kilo means 1,000. So a kilogram is 1,000 grams. Kilo is the prefix. And by adding that prefix, I change the whole meaning of the root. The metric system uses prefixes, and you'll be studying those in your class. You'll be learning what all the prefixes mean. Kilo means 1,000. Let me give you just another one for comparison. Let's bring this over, and let's add the word milligram. Okay, the root is the same. We haven't changed grams at all, but the prefix milli or milli means 1,000th of a gram. So it would be a gram divided into 1,000 parts. A kilogram is a gram multiplied 1,000 times, but all of those are based on multiples or factors of 10.